What's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the John Lovell Show. Today, I got a heater. Here is a thought that's going to really compel our video today, and it's this. It's by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Your worst sin is that you have destroyed and betrayed yourself for nothing. I'm going to hit you with 7 different ways that we sabotage ourselves, the ways that we destroy and betray ourselves, and for no reason. How are you sabotaging yourself, both in the past and right now in the present? The very first one that I wanted to point out was wasting time. I do this all the time, and sometimes I'm far more rigorously against it. I'm very disciplined, and I'm on the straight and narrow, and this thing isn't dominating my life as I scroll my life away. But that's the one of like X will suck me in, and a lot of it's I want to know what's going on in the world. In that stuff where I'm scrolling through, that's healthy and that's good. But then you're just scrolling of like, I saw a baby hippo attack a zookeeper. And then I went on this deep track where I'm looking at all the baby hippo attack videos, and I probably spent 20 minutes on that. Some of us are just scrolling our lives away. We just need to throw this in a corner in our house as soon as we walk through the door and not pick it up again until tomorrow. And so scrolling your life away. Other people are gaming their life away, and some people immediately get defensive and be like, well, the phone isn't bad. I'm like, yeah, I just admitted that. Or gaming isn't bad. I'm like, well, maybe not, but a lot of it certainly is. We're wasting our lives. We're wasting time in scrolling, in gaming, in watching sports. Some people are really sucked into sports, porn, binge watching TV shows, you name it. All of this is just a way that your life slips through your fingers, and years go by and you really have big memories and built up relationships because you've been wasting all of your discretionary time. And it even works into career and in really pivotal moments. You could have been gaining education. And so instead of wasting time, I want you guys to identify what's the biggest time waster in your life. And maybe not cut it all out cold turkey. Some of that stuff should just be cut off cold turkey. But I want you to dial down the time-wasting stuff, and to be able to identify it is the very first step in being able to moderate. So bottom line, you're wasting time. You know it, identify it, fix it, and let's move forward. Quick intermission to talk about our sponsor of this video, Hillsdale College. I think Hillsdale is one of the best places that you could get a written education today. Guys, we just got done talking about sabotaging your life by wasting time. Hillsdale College is not a waste of time. On Hillsdale's website, they have over 40 free online courses that you can take. You can learn about the meaning of the U.S. Constitution, the works of C.S. Lewis, stories in the book of Genesis, the rise and fall of the Roman Republic. One great one I'm working through is the Great Books 101. That's ancient to medieval works, classic works of literature you got to check out. This will include dudes like Homer, Sophocles, Virgil, Augustine, Dante, Chaucer. If you're not already schooled up on those guys, some of the most important people to craft Western thought. You need to check it out. Go right now to hillsdale.edu/WPS to enroll. There's no cost. It's easy to get started. That's hillsdale.edu/WPS to register. hillsdale.edu/WPS. Back to the program. Another way that you're sabotaging yourself, destroying yourself, betraying yourself is you're destroying your health. This is all we got, this flesh suit to make it through life from cradle to grave. And so you really need to be able to take care of your body. Anybody that's ever been just put out, you broke a leg or you pulled something in your back and you're just held up for weeks, it really crushes all of your other pursuits. Your mind is even still just now focused on your own misery and your own pain and getting better. It's amazing. As soon as your body starts breaking down, it affects all the areas of your life. And so since you only got one vehicle here, you need to be able to take good care of it. You get more energy, you feel better, and you're able to be a productive member of society. You're going to be better for all those people around you. So you need to be able to be a good steward of this flesh suit of a body that you've got. To that end, in America specifically, most of our food is poison. It's all fake food. It's amazing. People who live in foreign countries and then come to America, they immediately put on like 15 pounds. And then they complain about it, like, why have I swelled up? It's because of American food. It's different. I've traveled a whole bunch internationally. My wife and I can immediately tell a difference when we're eating foreign food. We immediately start kind of trimming down and we feel better. And so that it's amazing all the crap that's in our food. And so be able to take real good control over what you're actually putting in your body and immediately change your sedentary lifestyle. It's amazing we can insulate ourselves with such comfort to never experience pain, that we go from our office cubicle to become a fixture on our couches, binge watching TV show after TV show, and we're just not moving enough. You need to get out. You need to go for walks. You need to be working out. You need to be able to be mobile. And all things in your life are going to be better if you do. Stop destroying your health. It's a sabotage of your life, and all of your future goals and even your relationships are really attached indirectly to your health. And so make sure you're taking good care of your health. A third thing I want to center on is your attitude. And this one's absolutely huge. Make sure that you are not an ungrateful and discontent person. If you got a bad attitude, one that's envying whatever other people have, if you're a passive sort of person, you're not really taking active control of your life. You don't have discipline. You have a victim mentality. You've got a resentment out there, like you were given a bum deal in life and it's not your fault. All of that negative kind of thinking is going to guarantee you never actually change anything. You sit back, you complain, you are unhappy, you are miserable, and just recognizing that is going to make this snowballing effect, which makes you go from a bad place to a worse place. It's no wonder you're going to get depressed with that kind of bad attitude. And so instead, you need to take every single thought captive and take responsibility for your own life. And be like, hey, it may be true that you got some external stimuli that maybe gave you a bum deal, an unfair shake. What are you going to do about it? You can complain and get worse, or you can say, you know what? It doesn't matter where I started. It matters what I do with my time now. And then so I'm going to be grateful for what I have. I could be worse off. However bad your health is, it could be worse. However poor you are, you could be more. And so make sure you're really having a good attitude. Bad attitude is a way that's going to immediately sabotage you and everything you're going to do. You're not going to do as well in your career with a bad attitude. Your marriage is going to be destroyed. Your kids are going to grow up to hate you. A bad attitude is going to affect everything. It is a poison in your heart that will eventually destroy everything that you care about. That is one of the most incredible ways that you can sabotage yourself, destroy yourself, betray yourself, like Dostoevsky was talking about. A crappy attitude is a poison that you feed yourself daily. Get rid of it. Have a good attitude. And that's gratitude, that's thanksgiving, that's love, that's affection. It's taking responsibility. It's exercising self-discipline. It's choosing joy instead of negativity. It's choosing positivity. And that is a choice. It's a fork in the road every single day. Everything that happens, you got a fork in the road, and you can have a negative attitude, or you could take your thoughts captive and have a positive attitude. And it's really hard work, but the more you do it, the better you get at it, right? And so take control over your own crappy attitude. Stop being such a negative person. It's driving everyone away. They don't want to be around you, and you don't even want to be around you. Take control of your negative attitude. It's killing you.
One of the things that's really interesting with happiness is that it isn't actually in the pursuit of pleasure that you find happiness, because some of the greatest sources of happiness are hard things. Raising kids, that is not easy. It's not always saying yes to whatever pleasures you want. A great source of happiness is self-discipline.
Hey, Ben, you make me happy. Way to go, bud. Way to go. Number 4, no wise counsel. You want to destroy your life? Just isolate yourself so that you're the only voice in your head. There's some folks that really don't take counsel from other people. They don't have older, wiser friends and mentors. That could be pastors or parents, and you've just decided nobody knows quite as much as you. And of course, you wouldn't say that because it sounds arrogant, but in your heart of hearts, that's true. You don't let people teach anything to you. You're so argumentative, nobody can teach you anything. If they try, they'll throw up their hands eventually and be like, all right, do whatever you want. And you end up making all kinds of mistakes. And so you need wise counsel around you. And it's important to be able to find older, wiser people. And they don't have to be wiser than you in every area. Just say of like, hey, in the business world, that guy's kicking tail and I could learn something. Well, there's your business mentor, and you don't have to figure out how he's doing wife and kids if he's not doing a really good job in raising kids or something like that. Just center on he's a mentor in that area. And so I'm going to ask questions, shut up, and then learn. Yeah, they're few and far between. And you kind of do the Build-A-Bear mentor where you find somebody who's good at this and good at that and good at that. And it's not that you have one mentor that's amazing at everything. It's like you got mentors for every kind of category of life that you want to have success in. You can do that. And so make it happen. No excuses. Right, here we go. Onward and upward. We got wise counsel. Next thing is burnout. This is something that I constantly teeter in and out of, and I'm getting better with age, but still I'll fall prey to this. And the problem with burnout is a lot of times I don't want to admit that I'm burnout, and I'm slow to recognize that I'm burned out. Now I'm really privy to a lot of the clues that end up coming up. Usually with burnout, I'll get angry real quickly. Just real short temper. And it won't be like explosive for me because I'm just not an explosive temper guy. But I'll notice my responses are sharper than I meant them to be. And I'll have to backpedal and I'll have to apologize. I'll find that I just can't quite get my legs under me. Going into work Monday, I don't feel really rested. Stuff that you used to love ends up being a laborious chore. You don't want to go to work. You don't really want to do much of anything. You feel depressed and you don't know why that is. You feel like you're in a fog. You're burnout. And you're not really you when you're burnout. With burnout, it is a symptom that we're overworked and we're underrested. Now, here's the thing. Some of you are resting, but your rest actually isn't recharging your batteries. You need to maybe work a little less, or you got too many responsibilities and you're going to need to jettison something that is good, but not necessarily great. And so offload your plate some, turn the dial down on some of your work, and then immediately look at what am I doing for rest, and is that really restful? And I would submit that it's probably not actually restful. Feels restful, but it's not charging your batteries like it should. We do what we want to do for rest rather than what we should do for rest. And so I want you to do an audit of what you think is restful. Really examine it, really be critical of it, and then find other stuff as well. Another thing, this will be number 6. So wasting time, destroying health, attitude, no wise counsel, burnout. Here's another one, overspending. Americans, we are terrible at this one. We just have got this appetite, keeping up with the Joneses and envy, and we're just such a consumerism-laden culture. It is just the default setting to spend more than we make. And guys, it's killing you. You're going to end up having to work all these extra hours, and you've always got, even in your rest time, even on your weekends, you're wondering like, how am I going to pay bills? How am I going to do the thing? And you end up dragging that drama into your marriage. Guys, you got to be able to figure out a way to pedal down on incomes and pull back on expenses and figure out how to lessen debt more and more over time. Me and my wife are on that Dave Ramsey lifestyle. We're doing that. We're doing those steps and stuff. And so overspending can absolutely sabotage all else in life. It'll cast a shadow over everything. And so make sure you rein that in. All right, guys, I'm landing this plane. We got the 7th way that we sabotage our lives and betray ourselves. You have no greater mission in life that's greater than yourself. Man, if you're not out with some mission, some purpose, some cause that's really greater than you getting a promotion and getting yours and climbing that ladder and getting that retirement or whatever, if that's the main goal of your life, you're going to be living a self-centered lifestyle. And after doing that for a while, it will gravitate naturally into narcissism. And narcissism gravitates into misery and depression. Selfish people, self-centered people are always miserable. And we're not trying to find a greater cause just so that we won't be miserable, because then again, you're trying to dig yourself out with a shovel called selfishness. It's all still about self. So the trick is to actually find something that is more important to you than you. Wife and kids are a really good, easy way to do that. Church can be a great thing. Patriotism, fighting the good fight of whatever it is, good versus evil, whatever. But you need some type of mission. I find with veterans who are struggling with PTSD or something, they get out of the military, they separate, and their PTSD, which should be getting better over time, actually gets worse over time. And the reason why isn't because they're getting new traumas. It's usually a cocktail mix of all these other sociological and psychological things, and their hearts are sick, and it's not getting any type of treatment. And so over time, what could have just been a bad wound that would heal, that bad wound instead gets sepsis, and it ends up turning like gangrene and affects the whole body, affects the whole mind. And so some cases of PTSD, they get way better. The vet's fine. He reintegrated into society. And other vets, PTSD, it started out maybe not so bad, or maybe it was bad, but then it got way worse over years. What happened? You didn't find a new mission. You didn't find a new purpose. And a man can't survive without purpose. Certainly can't thrive without purpose. I got passionate because, again, I give a crap. I actually care. Those are the 7 ways that we sabotage our lives. Ben, what'd you think of that? I thought it was a good list.
I think that's fantastic, man. The final thought provoked in me the old saying that a man wrapped up in himself is a small package. And the heart's got to love something. And if the heart loves itself, it doesn't grow. It just kind of caves in on itself.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. We got a lot more in this show that you are missing. Our Q and Ambush section, which is questions from you guys, stuff that you want to hear. And also our Hot Topic section. You're not going to want to miss it. To get the rest of the show, you're going to have to support us. We really appreciate it if you would put skin in the game and help us with this movement. You guys get to choose the winners out there. Woke entertainment companies or guys like us, little guys, we need your support. So if you would go over to watchwpsn.com, that's watchwpsn.com. Sign up. You'll get the rest of this show, The John Lovell Show, all of our other shows, and a whole bunch of training classes from me and from other trainers in the industry that we deem amazing and spectacular. It's a fantastic value. Sign up for a year. We'd appreciate it, and we will see you next time, guys.